What's going on, guys, and welcome back to our Surviving Java series. Yep, I pressed the wrong button. Yeah, last episode, I'm trying to remember what we were doing. Oh yeah, we got all the netherite armor. I've been playing quite a bit between then and now, so as you can probably tell, we have now got the Fabric API running on the server again. So we've got our durability viewer, we've also got the mini-map, which helps me massively. I haven't constantly have the F3 screen up. And I've also got the shulker view, so I can actually view everything that's in my shulkers without having to take them out. Just as more of a quality of life improvement, to be honest with you. So let me try to catch up with what I've done. I've been in the nether a lot, making tunnels to each of my destinations. Now, there's a little bit of an... sometime today. I've created an ice road that leads all the way over to our pillager outpost. Wow. Really? How bad a shot am I? And I'm sort of like clearing out an area around the Skelly farm and the drowned farm and my main base. So we've got the Skelly farm there, our drowned farm there, got a lava lake directly above us, which is a bit of a pain in the arse, but I'm sort of clearing it bit by bit. But this isn't what I want to be working on. I just want to show you what I have done. This thing goes like nearly, I think it's like over 1,000 odd blocks away. This all the way over there and then all the way over that way somewhere, the drowned farm. Yeah, so not the drowned farm, the pillager post. I've not actually put a waypoint on it, so I'm having to move all of mine from the nether ceiling down to here, so then I know where everything is. And I've been blowing up areas, and I finally got enough netherite to finish my tools, so I now got a netherite axe. I do need to upgrade that to efficiency 5 and whack the sharpness 5 on it as well. It's going to be a little bit expensive, and I really don't fancy grinding it out at the skeleton spawner. Now with this ice road, I actually want to do the crimson trapdoors and then have the is it detector or activator rails going all the way down, just to sort of mob proof it. And then I'm going to obviously be doing a design with the walls using the wood, using new wood types. And that is something that I actually want to go and figure out now. Is I need to get rid of that second portal. Either that or get rid of this front one and do an entrance leading back to a main portal room. Might be a good idea for people that are visiting the base to give a decent impression. Yeah, the new tree types. So I want to figure out how we can sort out a farm of getting the crimson wood. So I was thinking about it, and I did actually spend a lot of time between last episode and this episode tidying up our tree farm. I got rid of the budget old school one, and I've sort of tidied up and polished off the EFO tree exploder thing, considering that my one wasn't fantastically great and his design was pretty useful. So I've sort of done a sort of a Viking style wall going around just to sort of tidy it up, and then all on the inside here is all got hidden lighting underneath the spruce leaves. But what I was thinking of trying to do is this. It doesn't really matter if it's silk touch or not. Let's just grab all of this stuff, drop all of that down. Now we want to grab the crimson stuff. So what I just want to do is see if I can grow a bunch of the crimson trees and then just use the same exploding mechanism. That way we'll get all the fungal... Is that right? That doesn't feel right. Okay, no, that is right. Yeah, so we obviously want to grow the trees manually. So I should have just enough of these guys, because dealing with these in a normal tree farm without using TNT, you're having to harvest all of the leaves, or you could just push the wood aside, which I did have a sort of design for. I will probably build a separate section for farming this wood, but for the time being I would really like to see if this works. We need bone meal. Is that something we can do around here? Have you got any? Oh, it's TNT. Nope. Right over here. There we go, there's some bone meal. Now these guys usually grow fairly quickly, as you can probably tell. And do one of them, and then do one of them. Yeah, so getting the trees to grow obviously isn't an issue, and some of them can grow rather tall, which is what I'm actually hoping for. Once we get all of these, and hopefully the exploding thing will actually deal and harvest the shroom lights as well. because I really don't like the idea that these guys don't actually naturally despawn. Well, yeah, see, some of them are pretty big. I did also create a water elevator that goes up here. We're going to need our hoe on us to get back down. Yeah, so we've got a water elevator that now takes us up here, and we've got a door that we can now just walk into to actually harvest all the middle section, ready for the explodies to happen, and then that takes us back up. So all happy days there. So that is now done. I don't know how much TNT I got in all of these dispensers, so that's the wrong one. There we go. I'm hoping that I've got enough for a little quick of a test run. Ooh. Yeah, no, I've still got 2 in each, so I'll do this, let them all push out, and then we're going to want to close the door. Hopefully it takes out the majority of these red things. I don't know how blast resistant this stuff is, so fingers crossed it runs alright. It didn't do terrible. Let's have a look. Ooh, baby. Grab all of this stuff. Yeah, so obviously all of this bottom section with the hoe getting this stuff is no trouble, because it's just like goes through like paper basically. And then the good thing about all of this crap is that we can actually use this to make bone meal in order to grow the trees. So the issue is the TNT, but our creeper farm is fine. It's just a case of harvesting the whatchamacallits. I do actually now need my thing. I've got 5. I've got a lot of this stupid fungal, what is it? Never warp blocks. They're not uncraftable, are they? No. Well, that is a shame. I've got 7 streamlights though. I'm hoping that there's a lot more wood than just this bit here. Otherwise it was a failed attempt. And you've got to sort of get down here fairly sharpish, mainly because the netherrack, well obviously this stuff, I'll get back to him in a second. So we've got a bunch of it that's dropped down here. Let's pick up the dirt as well. This is one issue that I was having. I may actually have to get a trap door, so that way I can open and close it and then drop down. That is not a lot of wood from them explodey things. Hopefully there's more that's gone into the chests. Otherwise I don't think this is going to be massively profitable. 48. Is that really all? We've got stupid amounts of these vines and whatnots. I think we're going to have another test run. Let me get everything prepped, and well, if you are wondering how you shred this stuff, as long as it's adjacent to one of the other blocks, you can just do that and it will sort of grow it. And to get the shrooms, you just bone mill the ground again, and then you end up getting some. So it's not overly difficult to get them. I didn't realise you get the other colour ones on here as well, but hey, look at that. I know that you can't grow the other ones on here, but I'm going to have to do this for a bit and see if we can't figure out what is going on, because there should be a lot more wood than that. Now I think I'm starting to see what the problem is. The warp blocks are actually preventing some of the wood from growing, so after so much of the room is taken, it's not actually getting that much wood. So obviously, like, go here and we've only got that many blocks, so we've got like the bottom 3, which isn't fantastic. I was hoping that the wood blocks would have overwritten the warp, but apparently that is just not how it looks like it works. We've got another one here ready to check out now anyway, so we'll give this a go and see just how it runs. On the bright side, we are getting tons of this stuff. This warp crap. Crimson, actually you want to stay with me. That. And we do actually want to go back up and just see how much we get from this run. I just want to see how variable it is, to be honest with you. Like, if we get a stack from each run, I'm perfectly alright with that. This only costing 6 bits of TNT to do so without me having to manually farm this stuff, which is a bit of a godsend. Just want to make sure the system's primed. Holes in the middle, close the door, and let's see how it runs. Yeah. Like, the explosions are working fine. They're doing what they're meant to be doing. But it's just a case that most of the stuff towards the top end of it is mainly that red crap. So, I have no idea how much wood. I can't see any on me, so which is definitely not promising. All of these. I did take out all of the wood from the chests over here, so we're getting a bunch of that rubbish. We've got 34, 35, so wood is coming in. Not just a great deal of it, but if we are able to get like a stack or near a stack per each one, then I'm okay with that. It's more of a case now trying to sort out a little system for getting the whatchamacallits, the little shrooms, the fungi. Mac, you're just gonna have to wait for a second, mate. I may actually at some point lift up this entire thing as well. Yeah. I know I should have done that. Put the stupid thing in. Oh. Okay. So let's just see how much we got from that. And one. We've got a couple more stacks of that, some more shrooms. Oh, we've got over a stack on that one. So yeah, I'm not against it, and all of this stuff can obviously be used as bone meal sort of stuff. So I think it's more of a case now needing to sort out a system for getting the fungi, because that is something that I really don't fancy having to do every single time. Like, it took me about 5 minutes of bone meal in this stuff in order to get the fungi necessary, and considering we're getting so much of this crap coming through, like the weeping vines, what did I bone meal? Yeah, like doing this section here like that, that's fine, that doesn't really bother me, but bone meal in it to get the little fungi guys, yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out the system, probably create another little building somewhere. I'll maybe dig into there, like a hillside, because it's not going to be an overly fantastic looking system, and I really don't want to take away from the aesthetics of this, although it's not fantastic, it's not an eyesore. So I'm thinking maybe a shifting floor style design like you do with the flower farms. Yeah, let me sort of work out something on that and I'll see what I can do. Yeah. Alright, so it's much later in the day for me now, and I did finally get the Fungus farm? Fungus mushroom? There we go. It is, yeah, it's the fungus farm. Sounds really a bit weird saying it. So we've got our tree farm over there, and I've just built this one into the thing, and I've tried to decorate it using the new blocks, just the crimson and the dark stone, and to be honest with you, I really do like the contrast. Like, you've got the polished ones up there, then we've got the brick versions across the outside. Initially I did just have it all crimson wood, but it looked way too much. I also do really like the doors in this texture. Not so much the colour. I reckon if this was the design of the sort of an iron door would be nice, because it looks more like a storage depot warehouse door. But yeah, so we got this, and it's running off of 2 separate hopper clocks now. I do obviously need to hook them up, but I needed the timings for the washing circuit to be different from the timings of the piston circuit, and I couldn't be asked to mess around with any other timing circuits, so I just threw in 2 separate hopper clocks, and we can actually turn this one on now, so I can actually show you how it all works. That's the water circuit, so we've got one pulse that like takes the water out and then takes the water out, puts the water out, and then another pulse that brings it back in. And then below here we've just got a standard hopper clock to run the pistons either side, and then the dispenser underneath this filled with bone meal is activated by an observer facing up into the ground, and then once it's built up enough, then we'll wash them all the way over here to the hoppers. Now this thing will actually kick out a lot more. Let me get back a bit so it's not so loud. Will actually kick out more than the hoppers can handle, so you can only run it for around about 10 to 15 minutes at a time, but otherwise it runs really well. And if you're wondering why have I put the chest at the back there, that chest is for bone meal and I can access it from behind. I wasn't expecting to actually go through the glass in order to get it, But this is now giving me more than enough of the fungus. So we are actually getting the warped ones as well. Obviously not nearly as frequent as the crimson ones, but we're also getting a bunch of the crimson roots. So this way I can now grow countless of these trees because I need... What? That's a weird sound, isn't it? I didn't realise it made that noise. Yeah, so I need to grow countless of them trees in order to do the trapdoors along my ice highway to the pillager outpost. God, it's so loud. Pistons in altogether are over loud. Now this is not a lossless farm. I'm not going to say that it is in any way whatsoever, because when the pistons are extended sometimes on this side or that side, items will get caught in the gap they causes because they've fixed the piston hitbox, so it's actually the same shape as the piston head. But we are getting more than enough crimson stuff, so we can take all of these crimson roots, and I've just thrown them up here into a composter. So we've got 3 composters set up here because I've been using them to get more bone meal in order to grow the trees and to grow the fungus shrooms. Sorry about that, my phone should be on silent. So what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to spend the next couple of hours just harvesting this wood using our tree exploder thing, which is what's over there. Yeah, I'm going to carry on collecting wood and obviously carry on processing all of the warped rocks? No, what are they called? Have I got any at hand? They're called... Oh, they're the never warp blocks, aren't they? They're not warp blocks. I think the green ones are the warp blocks, but these things, yeah, never warp blocks. It's a shame that you can't actually uncompound them, because it'll be a good way of harvesting never warp without having to do the whole never warp growing on soul sand, which we're going to have to do at some point during the series. Yeah, so I'm going to carry on doing that, and then once I've sort of laid them along that ice road, because it's a very tedious and long job, I will bring you back and we can actually go do something slightly different to finish the episode off on. So yeah, catch you back in a bit. Alright then guys, so it's now actually around about 2 days later. Me and Mac done some live streaming yesterday and done some end busting, got a bunch more sets of... is it elytra? Yeah, we've got 5 more sets of elytra and a ton more of the shulker shells, plus God knows how many sets of armour. I did end up giving up on this one. This one's excellent for getting the warped, well, the never warp blocks and the blue warp blocks, but as for getting the actual new types of wood, it's just not great at all. So I ended up just building one of the sort of... It's not the old school one that I used to build, because obviously that's mainly used for getting saplings, but this one is another old school sort of design. And let me just show you it in action. Let me grab some of the fungus. There we go. And then it's getting night time, is it? Of course it is, yep. And back to daytime. So, yeah, this thing basically reads the signal when it grows, goes into a monostable circuit which activates this set of pistons, pushing it along. When it gets to the very end, another monostable circuit run by this observer goes around here and it sets off this entire wall of pistons. Now, I looked online to see if there was any ways of doing the piston walls easier, and this is the sort of concept that I ended up coming up with, because I couldn't find any that worked for me without having ridiculous amounts of repeaters pointing into like every other block. So we have got quite a few repeaters. We've got quite a few repeaters that's just going into blocks, and because the redstone now goes in 4 directions, provided it's not directly connected to anything, you can actually switch this on and off by right clicking the redstone, which I think is a little bit of a cool feature. So if you didn't want the signal to be passed to that block or that block, you just press it. And I thought that was a little nifty thing. I didn't even realise that was added into it. But that is how it works, and I've tested it to see if that's how it works or not. I'm fairly sure I did, because when I had it like that, this one wasn't getting powered when these two were like that. So, oh, whoopsie daisy. Yeah, so let me switch this on and just show you it in action. So it's got a standard little, it's not even a hopper clock, it's more, it is a clock, but very, very basic. And it's just a long enough signal to allow this to get grown. This is the only issue that I keep on having with this. There's 2 issues that I keep on having with this. One is sometimes the fungus will grow and knock you down, but what I ended up doing is just putting the red fines over me to stop that from happening. So this will go and carry on pushing all the way to the end. Come on, don't show me up now. That's what I don't understand. It's like one time, it's like, well, a lot of the time it's just one, and then some of the other times it's good 5 or 6, and I think it's 8 along before it gets pushed. There you go. So that's got pushed. Now the thing that I can show you what's going wrong with it is not over this way. So basically this is allowing me to get a lot more wood a lot more quicker, and I've actually built all of the trapdoors and the rails and laid them all down on our ice road, so that's all done. This is the issue that I'm running with. This is the monostable circuit that the repeater is running into here, kicking it up and slowly sending like a 1-tick pulse going along. But the warp blocks are, well, they continuously come over this side, and eventually ends up going to 12 high. I have put in 2 pistons to push them along that way, just so I didn't have to keep on doing this every like 5 or 6 bloody trees. And yeah, so I need to try to find a monostable circuit that doesn't use a piston, that uses just redstone. Now I'm fairly sure there are them. I'm just gonna sort of test them in a redstone creative world, and then this entire mechanism or machine is more than likely going to be moved into my water base, because I don't know how to cover this up to make it look good. It's just from how high the trees grow. Now I have actually got the obsidian block, which I was hoping that would stop them from growing so high, but I can show you what actually happens with it. Is that all that happens is that there's a little break in the wood, and then it just carries on growing, and they can grow stupidly high. I think it's like 27 blocks high they can grow, and there's no way I'm making a 27 block high piston wall in order to just utilize the entire growth thing, because the majority of them will grow between around about 5 and 8 is what I found, which is how comes I've done the wall. I think 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah, 8. So yeah, that is the mechanism, and I also brought over a beacon for haste 2 in order to harvest them. So that's all happy, and let's go over see the ice road. Alright, so we're over here at the ice road now, and it's a fairly long one, and I completely overestimated the amount of trapdoors I needed. I thought it was like 2.5, but it's actually only 1.5, so I've actually got a full shulker full of the trapdoors still left. Now the whole point I wanted to do the trapdoors and the rail is mainly to make the main pathway spawn proof. Now obviously we've got all the netherrack either side, but it's not that big a side in order to allow the ghast to spawn, which is what I kept on having, which was really annoying. And the trapdoors keep you on the ice path all the way up to our pillager outpost. So we need this is what kept on happening, so let me just back up. So if I jump out, the boat will go through to count as an entity. I need to put 2 more trapdoors at the end there, but I keep on forgetting to bring them with me. Hello. Yeah, I've got a gold hat on. Yeah, so okay, I thought it was coming for me then for some reason. Whoa. Yes, and then we've also got our bee farm, which is just over here. I have got a little tunnel that actually leads to it. At some point I do need to mark it off and blow a proper tunnel into it. Yeah, it's over there somewhere next to the blackstone. Oh my god. Anyone else feeling ill after that spin? So, I know the episode's now running along. We're at over the 20-minute mark, and I really did want to get something else done today. But from how long this took, I don't think I'm going to be able to. And I know that what I want to do is going to take longer than like another 5 or 10 minutes to do. So what I may do is actually leave that for the next episode. I actually want to create a little station over here for trading with the, what are they called? It's not the zoglings. Is it the hoglings? I think it's the hoglins. We've got a skelly over here. Also want to tidy up this area a bit, knock all of this middle section out to allow us direct access to the skelly and the drowned farm, and then maybe put in a spawn proof floor somewhere around here. But the thing is that we've got a massive lava lake directly above us, so yeah, I've got to try to think of something to do with that. I could probably replace all the netherrack with like a grey glass ceiling, so that way it will light up underneath where we are. Could be an idea. because I don't need it to be fantastic. I do actually want to build some form of a keep or fortress around here, but with us being smack bang in the middle of a massive lava lake, like this entire area here is a lava lake, I don't see that being such an easy task. I definitely still want to build a sort of nether-ish base, so I may go up top and have a look around to see if there's anything that I can do. But other than that, yeah, well, I'll probably think of an idea in between this episode and the next to see what we can do with that. But either way, hopefully you have enjoyed today's episode, and I'm sorry that I didn't get to do more. I really did want to do more, but doing the fungus trees and whatnot, that just took a hell of a lot more time than I thought it was going to do, and creating that second tree farm, and and also the fungus farm itself, like the mini little mushroom fungus farm. That was nice. I'm quite happy with that build actually, so yeah. Hopefully you've enjoyed today's episode, and hopefully I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye bye.